Hi guys, my name's James Hannan from Rise Social Media, where we help you to market and sell your products online. Today we're going to do a very short 15-minute overview of using Zoom for your business. So we're going to talk about how to use all of the functionality of Zoom, both in meetings and webinars. So if you like that idea, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that little bell icon so that every time we produce a brand new video, you receive an update. So let's get into it. Okay, let's do our short 15-minute overview of using Zoom. So you log in. So first of all, you log in, you've signed up your account. We won't go through that. So we click on sign in and you'll be asked to sign into your account. So you sign in here to your account. Now, as you can see, I've got some appointments that have come up here. I've got a profile over here, webinars. So first of all, to understand, there is a difference between a meeting and a webinar. And if you want to know the difference between our meetings and our webinar, make sure you click on one of our links and that will show you how the difference between a Zoom meeting and a Zoom webinar. Let's just do a meeting for now. First thing we want to do is schedule a meeting. So we come in here to meetings, over here is profile, and that we click on schedule a meeting. Over here we can now, if I want to schedule a meeting, I can actually call this meeting or something. Let's call this a Zoom training. Down here, I can put a little get a 15-minute overview of using Zoom. Now, obviously all of this is pretty basic. Come through the time, the distance, the length or duration. If you want it to be a reoccurring meeting, now this is interesting. So if you want to set up a reoccurring meeting so that it happens at a certain time and a certain day, all of this sort of stuff, you can do that really in here. Duration, time zone, click on reoccurring meeting. And down here, we've got daily. We can change it to weekly, monthly, or no fixed time. Repeat every whatever that you've got down here, and also have your end date. Over here, we'll just turn this off. Registration required, so we can get people to register for our meetings. Now, this is a new thing via Zoom. You didn't used to be able to register for a Zoom meeting, but now you can, which is excellent, and we'll explain why in just a moment. A meeting ID is generated automatically, or you can use the same meeting ID that you have for your account. So we'll have this as actually an automatically generated one. That way, if people come and are testing out my normal link, it is a different link here. They can have a required password. I can have video on for host and off for participant. This is important because if your participant, for instance, is in their pajamas or they're nothing at all, you want to make sure that they don't get surprised. Down here, you've got audio. Enable meeting to join before host. Disable that is my recommendation, and set up a waiting room. Now, what the waiting room means is that people can come in and they're in the wait, like in a holding room, and then you'll have an orange line across the top of your Zoom, and then you press authorize or open the meeting. You can authenticate your users, breakout room pre-assign. We won't pre-assign breakout rooms, and record the meeting automatically. Now, this is important if you've got an important meeting and just say there's some confidential or some things that are going to be discussed that might be a little bit sensitive. Be careful about what you do here. And then you can set up alternative hosts here. Now, the hosts generally need to have a Zoom account as well. If they don't have a Zoom account, so that won't come up. So we press save. And now we have all of our details. So if I would like to invite someone to this meeting, I copy that link. I would then send that link either through Messenger, email, text, whatever you want to do, and then they can come into the meeting. Now, then I scroll over here. So if I come back to my meetings, in my meetings, we'll see there it is right there, Zoom training for 3 o'clock today. So in 20 minutes time, but we might start this meeting early. So we click on here, we press start. Now, I get this notification. It says open Zoom Us, cancel. I'm going to open it because I already have, do you want to, okay, we'll say yes because that is something else I already set up. That was the previous one. Now, here I can set up join with computer audio or phone call. Now, depending on your bandwidth, I would highly recommend you choose phone call. If your bandwidth is quite slow, go with phone call over computer audio. This way, you're not going to use up a lot of your internet for your voice, and the internet then can be used either for your screen sharing or video. So we'll leave this though for computer audio just for today, as we are doing a example anyway. Now down here, these are the features. So you can see me here, hey guys. So now here we've got our features. Down here we've got mute. So if we click on mute, which I'm going to do here, I've muted my line. If I want to come here and click on audio settings, so if I click on audio settings, I can come in here and I can change or test my speaker. I can test, if I've got a microphone attached to my computer, which I don't today, I can make sure I've got the right speaker. Speaker connected to my computer, which I don't have today. I could choose here. I can set up a microphone, or if I want to have a different microphone to use, I can choose that here. Use separate audio device to play ringtones simultaneously. We're not going to worry about that today. Pretty much everything is a set and forget. It's already done for you. Video, again, you can choose a different camera. If you've got one installed or one attached, you can choose it here to go widescreen or original ratio, which I think is a 4:3, but we'll stick with a widescreen. Here, mirror video. This is important. This part here, now just see what happened. Mirror video, this is my right hand over here, okay? If I change this around, but you did notice that the wording is, when I mirror my video, you can't read it. If I unmirror my video, you can read the wording. Okay, so this is important if you want the wording in your background to be viewed. Very, very important. Always display participant name on their videos. Yep. Turn off my video when joining a meeting. I'll leave that all there. And virtual background. So if you want to do a virtual background, you can do that in here. I'm going to do very short videos on these as well, so make it very simple on specific areas. So let's just get out of here. This is how you now use your meeting. Now, so my meeting is now started. If we would like to do a shared screen, I click here and I press share screen. I can come down and share one of my screens. I choose the application that I would like to share, okay, and then I can share my screen. Down here, if I click this up arrow, I can allow multiple participants to share simultaneously as well, which is a very cool feature. But basically, this is all you need to worry about too much, and this is where you go live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Workplace. You can also set up custom live streaming services, so you actually go streaming on multiple accounts in multiple services or multiple platforms. You can do that here, but you need to have a streaming system set up for that. I love the reactions, applause or a thumbs up. Closed captions, you can actually update your captions in here, or you can press record if you want to record the video. So if we want to record this, you have two options. It can either go to your cloud or it can go to your hard drive. I like it to go to my cloud. That way I can download it at any time, and I'm not trying to find it on my hard drive and using up space. Next, we've got chat over here. So I can come here and I can say, hi everyone, and that will go to everyone. Now I can actually also send a file. This is also new, okay, with Zoom. This is Zoom meetings. This is only new. This is their latest update, which I'm really excited about. Security, this is a new update as well. I can lock my meeting. I can lock my meeting, enable a waiting room, share screen chat, all of that. Untick chat. So if I untick chat, let me just bring that up, that now they do not have the opportunity to chat with me. Rename themselves at the moment they can, or I can just leave it and they can't rename themselves. So I put this back on to chat and back on to rename themselves. That is all done. Now, if we go over here again, this is all your audio over here on the right-hand side. This is your video. Now, video settings, virtual background. This is how I'm able to go live and share my first Zoom meeting. That's really all you need to know to start off with. And we'll be going live. I'm going to show you some more videos, for instance, on how to use your virtual background, how to do certain things. But this is a basic overview, a very, very quick overview, of using Zoom just to really get you started. And it doesn't really have to be hard. However, there are some, with the way things are going now with Zoom, and sometimes a 15-minute overview of Zoom isn't enough. And so many different industries, so many different businesses are now using Zoom, and so we need to so many diverse ways. Like I know that in my martial arts studio, we're using Zoom all of the time, and very differently to what I do with my training, and very differently to what I do with my webinars. And so all of these are different things. So again, this is a Zoom meeting, and so I've just shown you the basics of Zoom. If we go back in here now to our account, so we'll just go back to our account. Show you a couple of little areas in there. If we want to see where our recordings are, we come down here to recordings. So here they all are right here. And you can see a couple of recordings that I have here, and they're on the cloud, or I can look at my local recordings here, which I don't do. I've deleted all of those. Settings. So if I want to come down here to settings, in my settings is where I control so many things. Host video setup, my participants video, audio types, join before the host. So your settings is where you're going to want to get to know your settings. And there are so many things in here for you to look at, to tick, and it's very basic, it's very easy, and you can also get help from Zoom at any time, and they will give you feedback. They're great to talk to and chat with. Right now though, with COVID-19 happening, the feedback, I mean, a lot of the times it takes a long time to get any kind of support. So just be aware of that. So coming in here, now one thing that's really important is email notification. Email notification is it's just a powerful thing, especially when you're doing webinars. So if I come back in here to my meetings and I click end on this one, okay. If I, for instance, want to schedule a new meeting, I come over here and I want to registration required. Okay, so if I want to, actually that's in webinars, so I apologize. So we come over here to webinars and schedule a webinar. Down here, so I'll take you through, we'll have a video on the difference between meetings and webinars. Enable practice session, or only authenticate users can join, make the webinar on demand, record the webinar automatically. Now, if I press schedule here, it gives me some other options when I come back to edit it. So if I come in here and I click edit, you'll notice that I can add panelists already on my webinar, which I'll take you through in our webinar training. Email settings, we can actually, if you want to know about sending out reminder emails, that only happens at the moment on Zoom. It only happens when you're doing a webinar. It does not happen when you're doing a meeting. Anyway, guys, my name is James Hannan from Rise Social Media, where we help you to market and sell your products online. Today, it was just a very short overview of how to schedule and do your first meeting or use the Zoom platform. We've got a lot of different breakout meetings or short videos that will show you all of the rest of the applications that you can use Zoom for. So make sure you subscribe to our channel if you've liked what you've heard. You click the like button on this video and hit that bell so that you receive a notification every time we go live. Also, we produce a new video on YouTube. Speak to you soon. Bye.